Telefon. Only 3 men know the destruction it can trigger. The man who conceived it, the man who stole it, the man who must stop it. Telefon, the operation that can activate 51 brainwashed, hypnotized human time bombs.
All it took to activate was a simple telephone call.
Miles to go.
Before I sleep.
Deep cover Soviet agents, unaware they're agents until they're triggered.
I am Major Grigory Bortsov of the KGB. Your mission has been canceled.
Charles Bronson, Lee Remick, Donald Pleasance. When it rings, no one is safe.
The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. Remember, Sokolek, miles to go before you sleep.
Remember, Sobolev, miles to go before I sleep.
The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. Remember, Oriana, miles to go before you sleep.
Remember, Guyeva. Miles to go before I sleep.
I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. Remember, Nikolai, miles to go before you sleep.
Remember, Nikolai, miles to go before I sleep.
Where's that wonderful music coming from?
Hypnotism, my dear fellow, hypnotism. Hypnotism, my dear fellow, hypnotism.
Hello?
Remember that song I used to sing? That song I taught you?
Repeat after me. I am not a pleasure unit. I am not a pleasure unit.
I am not
You are getting sleepy. Relax, quite relax. You are getting sleepy. Relax, quite relax.
Now listen to me.
Listen to me.
Are you listening?
No name. My name is Harry Potter.
Are you listening?
My name is Harry Potter. No name. Harry Potter.
This is Palmer.
My name is Harry Potter.
Are you listening? No name.
My name is Harry Potter.
Are you listening?
My name is Harry Potter.
Payphone beside him. He's like, hello, and there's a lag, and hello, how are you? I'm fine, you know?
I want to fit the rhythm of the sound and vision to the pattern of his brainwaves.
This is Gina's brain, and the little woos are the brainwaves direct.
I'm asking you to listen to this.
What's all that about?
Energy from his brain. Thoughts, like sound waves, converted into electrical impulses, and finally, into pictures.
I'm asking you to listen to this. It's a letter from Bessie. Now pay attention.
When you receive this letter, do not open the envelope.
I'm ready to read Bessie's letter.
If you open the envelope, do not take out the letter.
I'm all ready to read Bessie's letter.
If you take out the letter, do not read what it says.
I said I was ready to read it 5 minutes ago.
If you read what it says, do not tell anybody. If you tell somebody, you are not paying attention to what I am talking about. And that is perfectly all right. It was nice not knowing you.
I'm going to read this letter from Betty.
That is perfectly all right. It was nice not knowing you.
An intense hypnotic beat.
Electric brainwashing.
Doesn't that stuff cause brain damage?
Give me another hit on that reefer.
Come, no back talk. You'll taste the electric whip. Oh, God!
Well, welcome back. Our next guest this morning is Pastor Dave Gordon.
This is Dave Gordon.
Out of the overlapping leaves of my brain came tapping, tapping, a voice that is not mine alone.
Like sleep's eternal slave.
You are beginning to feel yourself slipping into the hypnotic state.
Tell us more, Mr. Science.
And as the technology increases in its sophistication and complexity,
His memory is wiped and much of his body replaced with mechanical parts. He becomes a cyborg, RoboCop, the future of law enforcement.
I had a restless sleep last night. In my dream, I'm living in a sealed box. My head sticks out so I can see what's going on all around me. My arms work inside the box, but only if what I need is already there. The only way my box can move is if someone comes to move it. I must not let any of my frustration or impatience show, for fear of alienating the kindness of that person. The desperation I often feel cannot control me. I'd begin to go mad. More often than not, I can mindlessly pass the time. Once in a while, it all gets to be a little too much, and the knowledge that I must spend the rest of my life like this is unbearable. Then I wake up. For 50 years, I was a very independent person. I was a doer. When I'd get an idea, I'd figure out a way to do it. It was done quickly, to my satisfaction, with no input from anyone else. There was no need. Things have changed quickly, faster than my mind or habits can accommodate. For the past 2 years, I've been fooling myself into believing what was really going on, and what I was really going through was something that would get better. Reality comes crashing into me now, like a 100-foot wall of water. I am not going to be what I was. This is my life now. I'm not sure I can stand it, especially accepting the changes with grace. I have begun to feel such anger and rage at my misfortune. Why me? It's not fair. It's harder and harder to see the bright spots and the humor. The more I have to rely on others, the more angry at the world I get. At this point, the drugs have taken their toll, but fortunately for me, enough of what was still exists in my mind as very shady memories. So don't consider it history, but rather relevant fantasy, or that which maybe was, and those things I remember now made me into what I have become. Take it for what it is, from one who was once himself haughty, judgmental, and completely self-absorbed. I've been living on a beach where I've been stranded for 6 weeks. Its wind-blown face is cold now. The shellfish are gone, as is all the firewood, long ago used up to light the warm summer nights. I thought that I could hide here forever, but now the sound waves fade into the background as I make my way into town to try and find some food.